right. What it is, what it is. How you been? How you been? How you been? Make that put that in a chorus. How's everyone doing? Yeah, so this thing that's going on right now, this thing that's going on right now. People are just some could say that some people are overreacting. Some could say that some people are not. But at the end of the day, I mean, who knows? Who knows, you know? I'm still risking and living. So anyway, I'm gonna tie this in. I'm gonna do a quick story about the other day. At night, I was feeling some type of way. I mean, I was under the influence, but I was feeling good. You know, I wasn't under the influence, but I was feeling good. So, you ever have? Let me ask you a question. You ever have those times where it's like, or a day? We could call it a day, a time, an event, where you have like, it's just randomness, right? What is it? Serendipity. Like basically, sometimes things come together and you didn't even plan anything, right? And then it just happens to be like this real good time. Like, damn, this wasn't even planned. And like then you meet somebody or you do something like, damn, how did I end up here? Like, whoa. Like, man, I love them days. Those are, you know, some people like surprises. Excuse me. Some people like surprises, some don't. But man, I don't know. I like surprises. Like them days are like, damn, how do we end up here? Like, we don't even keep track of time. It's just like, whoa, this is just a good time. You end up here, there, and then like, it just ends up being a good time. And then there's times where you plan something and hold on, you plan something and things still, you know, go through sometimes and you still have a good time. I'm not saying that doesn't exist. Of course it does. But there's days too where you plan. Like for me, this was a night I came out, right? I was like, and then part of me, like, I have these battles with myself, like, oh, you should, and then you shouldn't. You know, you should is like, you shouldn't. I don't know if people have those battles, but I'm all like, I'm gonna go. Who cares? You know, speeding here and there, you know, switching lanes, speeding here and there, heading to location. So check this out. I went to a spot. I wanted to check out this place, right? Because I was feeling some type of way. And then I couldn't find parking. I could not find parking for the life of me. I was like, what? I never been in this place before. And again, this is right now where this is going on. Restaurants are closing and stuff, and bars and all types of places. So we'll get into that. So I couldn't find parking. I'm just like, what the? Like, I drove around everywhere, and I'm like, damn, what? Like, damn. It was just like weird, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go to another place then. All right, so now I was like, it was the South Lake Shore, like over there by I forgot what that is. Yeah, it was like South Lake Shore area, and so I was going north on 55. Was it 55? Yeah, heading back towards the city now, and going to another place. All right, before getting to this place, man, this doesn't even happen to me like that. These were like, what I'm trying to get to is like, I was trying to like, I wouldn't say like, no, how would I say this? Like, make this happen. Like, well, yeah, you have to make things happen sometimes, but like, or like forcing it to happen, right? Like just forcing your, like, to have a good time and stuff. It was just like, it was just weird. I don't know if this is coincidence, but I do not get lost or like take the wrong exit 3 times. Like, that just does not happen. Like, on the way to the second place, I missed the exit, and I'm like, what the hell? And then like the 2 times that it happened, like, so I missed the exit, right? And it's like those times where you miss the exit and then you gotta go all the way around to another, like, it just becomes an additional 5 minutes. It's not like sometimes you miss an exit and then, okay, you turn to the street bound, you back on, go on by the way, like nothing. Man, it was weird. So this happened and I missed the exit, and then it was like all the way, like, I remember I had to like go, turn around, go to another street, and it was just like, it became like 5-10 minutes. Like one of those, like, yo, you have to go all the way around just because of the way the streets are and the direction you're going. You may just have to go longer. So I was like, damn, what the? I ended up like, all right, so I ended up getting to this place like fucking 30 minutes later. So I missed this exit, right? And then I'm driving back now. I'm like, all right, cool. Now I'm going back. Now I got to loop around. Man, I missed it again. I'm like, what the? All right, I'm tripping. Like, no, I wasn't like tripping like that or nothing, but it was just like, what the? like I don't know if I looked down or my phone. I probably looked down or something. But it's like it happened again, and then like I'm telling you, this doesn't happen to me like that. Like I don't know. It was weird. It was just weird. It was weird. It's like the gods were like, "Yo, just take your ass home, bro. Just get your ass home, bro. Just go already." And that happened again. I'm all like, I was like, ah! I was pissed. I'm like, bro, another 5 minutes? Like what, man? I'm like, all right, just go. Let's go. We got this. We're on a mission tonight. Like, all right, let's go. But man, it happened again. I'm all like, oh my, like what's going on? Like what the, like damn. And I was already going back on 55 heading my way, like just going back, and then like I was like, man, I'm on a mission. I'm just gonna go through with it. We're already like 20 minutes in, and I'm like, oh, this doesn't happen to me. Like what the fuck? So now I get to the place, the second place. I walk in, or like I park. Actually, I had trouble finding parking too. I'm like, damn, what? Man, it was just like telling me, bro, just go home. Just go home. Just go home. Like all along, and I was just fighting it. I don't know. Sometimes your intuition, like this has happened to me a couple times before, where like I feel some type of way, like I don't feel good about something, and then something does happen. Like, oh shit, that's happened to me before. So, but I was just like, man, whatever. Like, I was already out, and I'm just like, you know. So I find parking in this spot, right? And I go, like, I walk in, I'm like, man, there's nobody in here. It was like this place where usually a lot of like singles meet and just older professionals, 20, 30 somethings. I think, I don't know, I've never even been there. But so I go in there, like there's no sign or nothing. I just open a door, and then I open a door, and it was like one of those, like, I swear it was like from a video game. I played, those video games like Apocalypse or like they'll show, like there's like no one in there. The music is playing, everything's empty, and then I'm all like, what the fuck? Like the doors weren't locked, and then the police like come around the block, and then they stop, kind of like they stop like they stop in the front of the restaurant, and I'm just like looking at them, and then they slow down, and then I'm like, I just start walking out. It was just so weird. It was like, I mean, it's probably nothing, right? The story sounds crazy, but it was when I walked in, I was just like, what the hell? Like, damn, people are really closing everything down. And it just felt like the music's playing in the background, no one's there, and I'm like, should I walk? Like, why would I even walk to back? Like, I'm not gonna, like, I just left, whatever. I'm like, whatever. So then I'm gonna go to this. I don't want to give up. I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna go to another place. All right. So I go to another place, and then same thing. This time, I didn't struggle to find parking. Actually, no, I didn't. No. So then I go to this place, and like I seen this couple just like outside, and then I'm like, I go and check it out. I'm like, same thing. I'm like, what the man? Like, and these places are usually, they have high reviews, and it seems like they just packed, and then there's just like, damn, it was dead ass. And this one did have a sign or something. This one did have a sign. But yeah, I had to see it to believe it, I guess, too, a little bit, And then I was just like, all right, that's it. I'm going home. That's it. This is already like 5-6 things happen, and I'm like that. I'm pushing it. I'm just gonna go home. Because one time this happened to me a while back when I was young. I remember when we were young, steal bikes and shit. I'm gonna go back to the story just to kind of like tie in both. But yeah, I remember I had one. I turned on this block, right, and I had a bad feeling, like, don't go back, just go home. Turn on this turn on this block. Like, after I had that gut feeling, like, Joe, just go home. Like, and then part of me is like, nah, I'm gonna go back. So I went back, and then we started getting chased by like 3 guys. We started getting chased like on a bike. They were gonna try to take our bikes. We had stole one, and they were gonna try to take our bikes, and we got chased like to my guy's house, and then my other guy's brother was there, and he came outside, like, whatever. Point is like that. I remember I had that feeling like, bro, don't go back around that block. Just don't go. And I still did it. And like, that's happened to me multiple times before. But and sometimes nothing went wrong. Like I think I got a little lucky. I was speeding here and there, and then just a little, like, I was just like, you know what, just go home. And then I'm like, all right. Well, before that, I'm like, all right, I'm hungry though. I'm gonna get something to eat. So I went to this place. It was closed. I'm like, what the fuck? All right. And this place is usually not closed either. It's like one of those markets that stay open till late. And it was like an hour before close or something, or 20 minutes before, no, like 40 minutes before closed. I'm like, all right, I know what places, usually 7-Elevens are open. So then I went to a 7-Eleven and it was open. It was, and like, yeah, it was funny. Dude, like, me and dude were talking, and then he shook my hand, and then he tossed me the hand sanitizer after. He's like, oh, yeah, you know, you got to do that. I'm like, all right, whatever. Put some hand sanitizer. He put some on too. It's kind of funny. Like, what the? It's crazy. So I ended up getting some snacks and stuff, and I just went home. I just went home, and I was just thinking, like, this is just night. I should have stayed home. Even from the beginning, I was in my mind. I was thinking, like, bro, don't go out. Just don't go out. Just do what you have to finish. Like, just don't. I had those thoughts before, and luckily nothing happened. Like, nothing. I mean, it could. I don't know. I was speeding here and there, but like nothing happened, and it was just like it just was not meant to be that night. You know, though you never had one of those like days and nights where it's just not meant to be. That's just not meant to be. That happened. Actually, I'm gonna tell one more story. This one's a little trippy. So this happened too. So check this out. So this was I don't know, a couple weeks back. There was this bad storm coming, right? This is bad storm, and it was actually a little bad, and it was worse in some areas of the state and some areas of other states too. And I had to cover, like, hey, you want to do this trip, blah blah, and you know, you contractor, like we get it, like we're like brothers, like, you know, we treat each other like that. You know, if I could do it, I'll do it. And you know, he pulls a lot of stunts for me too. That guy has gotten me out of some things, man. He's gotten me out of some stuff. But that's not the point. The point is, like, he's like, you want to do this? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. And then something in me, like, I had this feeling like it didn't feel right. It just did not feel right from the beginning. And I'm all like, yeah, I'll do it. I already told him, like, I'm not gonna be like, you know, like, I told him. So it's funny, like, and it was like at a different time too. Like, usually there's all kinds of with routes. I mean, we do different routes. Sometimes you gotta wake up at 2 in the morning, sometimes 1, all kinds of hours. So I remember I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay up a little bit because this guy's gonna drive first. The way we planned it, he's gonna drive first, so I'll just stay up. Fuck it, I'll get some work done. I'll stay up, and then I'll sleep a little bit. Then I'll wake up and I'll drive. You know, I'll sleep a good 3-4 hours. I already slept a little, blah blah. So point is, you know, like, we meet up, and like I guess dude didn't sleep that much either. And man, I never met this guy, right? Never met this guy. And we start talking, and like the first thing he tells me is like this is not the first thing you should tell anybody when you meet someone. I don't know, like, when you meet somebody, the conversation shouldn't start off the way it did. It just shouldn't. The first thing he said was like, man, a couple years back I was driving and somebody hit this truck and I was like this and this and they died. And I was like, what? And then he starts talking another story. He starts telling another story about this, like, you know, and then 7 years later we were in this state, and you know, something happened and the guy flipped over in a truck, and then 3 hours later ambulance came and he was dead. And I'm like, and you saw this? I'm like, bro, like, we're about to go drive, like after, and then he starts with another story. I'm like, look, man, like, like, I'm gonna tell you straight up, like, first off, I haven't slept that much. The weather's bad. You haven't slept as much, and like, I don't even know you. This is the first thing that you're telling me, bro. And we're about to go on this drive. Like, I told him like that. Like, we're about to go on this drive. Like, can you stop it? Like, we can talk later, man. But like, we're about to go on this drive, and this is the first thing you're talking about. And like, he looked at me. He's like, oh, all right, you know, sorry. I'm all like, oh, I didn't even feel good to begin with. And then it's like, all right. I'm like, how do you want this? You know, we're gonna connect, blah blah blah. We decided who's gonna sleep, this and this. All right. The way I explain things sometimes. So then, we start leaving, start going to sleep in the back, and I was just like, man, I ain't even gonna be able to sleep. I'm not even gonna be able to sleep. Just, I don't feel right from the beginning of even coming here. And then this guy with his stories, I'm like, bro, I don't even feel good. Like, I'm just not gonna be able to sleep. We'll try. but we'll see. You know, I'm just my ass is gonna just stay up. And then, sure enough, something happened that normally does not happen while we're driving. I mean, this is one of those things. I can't really say too much, but let's just put it this way. It's just one of those things in your life where you pause and you shock. It's just one of those moments. Like, you know, something happens in your life. You know those times or no? Like something happens and you're just like, oh shit. And then, yeah, it's just like, I wouldn't say a tragic event, or nothing like that, but it's one of those events. Let's just say like from 1 to 10, you know, from something going wrong in your life, you know, it's a 3, 4, whatever, nothing. This was like a 7. Especially in this field, it's like, oh, this happens. It's like, bro, like this is a big sin in this field. Like, oh, and it was just like, whoa, it has never happened to me in the time that I was driving, or to him, and he's been driving for way longer than me, and it was like, what? No way. We've heard of other things like this happening to other people. Like you just hear about it, and like, oh, that's crazy, and then it happened to us, and I'm like, oh, I was like, what? I was in the back like, oh, get out of here. And then I'm all like, you know, whatever, this happened. And like I said, I can't say too much. Talk to the contractor. I'm like, hey, I'm not going. Fuck you. I'm not going. The other dude's like, you know what? I'm not going either. I'm like, I'm not going, bro. Like, I'm straight. And no, I was like, you know what? You got another route? I'll probably do another route. Solo, because this is going to be team. And then he's like, yeah, I'll see. And then I'm all like, I talked to him again. I'm like, you know what? Nah, I'm not going at all anywhere today. I'm not. This is just, I didn't feel right from the get-go. Like, nah, I'm not going. It's just no go, no show. And he's like, all right. Like, he felt like, I'm not going. And you know me. Like, I driven, you know, no sleep, nothing. Like, never. Things have gone wrong. And he knows we've been through a lot. Things have gone wrong, crashes, hitting deer. I mean, all kinds of stuff. And like, I was just like, nah, I'm not going. Nope. Didn't feel good. And then I talked to the guy. I'm like, he's like, and then he told me, he's like, this is crazy. He's like, man, I didn't want to come either. But, you know, I was going to do him the favor. And then I'm like, you didn't want to come either? And then he's like, you know what? And the guy that was supposed to do this route didn't want to come either. I was like, what? I'm like, bro, I'm taking myself home. And I don't know, I think I tried to go to sleep for like 2-3 hours. And I just couldn't even sleep. And then I was just like, bro, I stayed up and I just planned. It was just one of those unplanned days. It ended up doing something else. Day went well, but I was just like, blessed to be alive. I was like, damn, it just wasn't meant to happen. Like, it was crazy. So, yeah, I don't know if you've had one of those days, but sometimes, sometimes, like, I don't know what it is. If it's a higher power, if it's the universe, like, I don't know. But, like, things that seem really bad will, like, sometimes they feel like purposely happen, so then the worst of worst doesn't happen to you. You know? I don't know. That could be like my reasoning and my belief on certain things, but like when you get like so many signs in one time, like it's just like, what the heck? Like, it's like, stop. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Actually, and that's happened to me I want to say a lot of part of my life. And then sometimes I have stopped right before something has happened. I've caught myself before, so I stopped drinking. So I was like, I don't know, man. These things sometimes that happen, like, it's cray. So if that's happened to you, pay attention to that stuff, you know? Pay attention and, like, yeah, because you just, I don't know, sometimes those things are good to happen to you in your life. So pay attention to when those things start adding up and there's just the vibe is just like, yo, this is not cool, this doesn't feel right. Like, we just call it off. Just call it. Just pull out. Oh, pull out. I gotta stop. Just have a good one.